I'm standing on my beloved patio, a patio I built myself more than a year ago already, but I have a big issue, and the big issue is failing grout. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Have a look at this. And this one over here. And also this. And the way we're gonna fix those is pretty simple. First, I'm gonna take out as much grout as I can, and then I'm gonna fill that back in. There's two main ways you can take the grout out. One, the most common one, is the grout rake. So this is a manual tool you use to literally scrape all of the grout out. And this is the cheapest option. This can only cost you 5 or 6 quid, so anyone can essentially do it. However, it does take a lot of time. Because it's the most affordable option, I'm gonna try and actually do maybe one of these grout lines using this. I don't know if I'm gonna have the patience. We'll see how long it takes. But I just want to try and demonstrate to you that this requires a lot of time and patience. The second option is using a multi-tool or an oscillating tool, depending how you call it, which should in theory be much easier. So that's the option that I'm actually going to use. Let's get started with the grout rake and we'll see how it goes.
And oh my god, is it slow. This is like emptying the ocean with a teaspoon. Mind you, the grout lines are 10 mil wide and 20 mil deep, and I'm just not making any progress with this grout rake at all. So I pick up my oscillating tool and things start to progress a lot more, but honestly not as much as I thought or hoped. The first line took forever, so I decided to risk it and bring out the big-ish gun, my angle grinder, and boy is that effective. It's like hot knife through butter. However, there is a cost to this and we will get to that later. But let's talk about why this has happened. And honestly, I don't know. Nothing on this patio is moving. There is a proper sub base underneath, and yes, I used slurry primer on the porcelain tiles when I installed them. Nothing is loose. Maybe I made a mistake with the grout, but then why did this only happen in 4 or 5 places? I just don't know. It might be the British weather, it might be the grout movements underneath. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Everything requires maintenance. It's just part of life. Nothing will make me fall out of love with this patio.
I've learned two things. One, I don't think my grout has actually failed. I think what happened is that it didn't quite stick well to some of the tiles in few places, 4 or 5 places or so, because it was bloody hard to get out. It wasn't breaking and coming apart and coming out. It was really genuinely hard to do. It took me 2 hours to do those 4 lines. 2 hours for just 4 lines. But that's because those were the 4 lines that were bothering me the most, because they happened to be quite right in front of the entrance of the house, and it seemed like they were failing, but I don't think they actually were, because as I said, it was really, really hard work. So if anyone tells you this is easy, it's not. It was easy-ish with the angle grinder. However, with that, there's a very high risk of damaging the tile, and I have damaged a couple of tiles a little bit, but I don't think that's going to be visible from up here. However, yeah, as I said, with the grout rake, it was too hard. It was way too hard. With the oscillating tool, it wasn't easy at all. It was grinding through it, but still it took a long time. Remember, because this is an outdoor patio, the grout is actually 10 mil wide and 2 centimeters, at least 2 centimeters deep. So that is a lot to grind through, even with an oscillating tool. With the angle grinder, it was a lot easier, but as I said, a lot more risky, because this is porcelain tile, so it's very, very easy to damage. Okay, so now we've got those 4 lines. We're gonna go and mix some grout, regrout them, and we should be done.
Having mixed some grout, I'm using my grout float to push it into the empty space I've just created. It is another very hot day, so I'm moving as fast as I can so the grout doesn't become too hard to clean. I then use a wet sponge to clean the tiles really well. And although the grout was quite hard already, fortunately the tiles are back to looking their best. Let's hope the cracks won't come back again.
I've left it for 24 hours and the repair is looking good. Let me just give you a quick look. So this is where we had the crack. We've had another crack over here and then cracks over there, and now I think it looks pretty brand new. As I said, I have slightly damaged the tile here and in a couple of other places, but you can't really see from up here, especially with the grout. So I am generally very happy with the way this turned out. But you let me know what you think in the comments below. One little tip, perhaps, if you do have a natural patio, so a patio made of stone, for example, you should be able to do this using an angle grinder a lot better than I can, because obviously the porcelain, it chips very, very easily. And it takes a huge amount of time to do it not using an angle grinder. But anyway, I think that's it for today's video. If you found this useful, like, subscribe, and I'll see you the next time. Take care.